Very good morning to all fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I am Toastmaster Daniel Andrew. I am the surgeon at arms for today's meeting. I welcome you for our 367th meeting of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve something, likewise, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. So, our mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their leadership and communication skills, resulting in developing their personal growth and self confidence. Before we get into the meeting, there are three ground rules to be followed during the entire meeting. Rule number one, since it is a virtual meeting, mute your microphone and turn off your camera if you are moving. That may be distracted during the meeting. Rule number two, as Toastmasters, we should not speak about sex, religion, and politics. Kindly refrain from speak about these three topics during the entire meeting. Rule number three, do not cross talk or unmute when the speaker is speaking. And also, I encourage all the participants to use the emojis to encourage the participant. Now, I am going to introduce our presiding officer. He is one of the very active Toastmaster for a long time, and he's active member of our club, and he's always looking for development of other members in our club and outside the club. And he's a lifelong learner. He's a mission to transform himself. He joined Toastmasters as part of the transformation journey. He keenly working on environmental issues and biodiversity. He spends time for reading books, listening and learning music. He admires Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and Steve Jobs. After working for Indian and multinational companies in various capacities, he is starting a responsible enterprise to serve the industry and the people. Now I welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Satish Kumar. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Daniel Andrew, for starting the day with a powerful note. I stumbled upon a very interesting story last week about a clan in Pennsylvania in USA. The people from Roseto Valfatore of Italy have migrated in late 19th century to America and found a location that looks similar to their Italian home. With hills and valleys, the naturally beautiful surroundings and greenery, flowers, and nice cool and pure winds. They named the village same as their native Roseto. As they started settling down and the progressing, the neighboring areas also started getting populated. People from different cultures and segments were coming in, settling down, and setting up their own villages, and things were going very nice. And the business people in the around the area started mining there, and there were slate mines where the people from this Rosetta village were working for very little low salaries, and they were not even treated well. They were abused and they were being treated as migrants. And over a period of time, as the development was happening, somebody has built a hospital outside the village. And the beautiful thing about that was that everybody, many people from the surrounding villages were visiting that hospital for their medical assistance, medical treatments, and all that. But from Rosetta village, not a single patient was visiting that hospital for treatment. This surprised the hospital management. What is this? How can people not become sick? And this became a subject of research for the medical fraternity in the Americas. Unfortunately, so. The fact remains that the people from Rosetta were always happy and they were healthy. In fact, the research showed that the heart disease rates in that village were 50% less, even with the same bad habits of like no exercise, no smoking, and alcoholism, and all sorts of bad habits. Still, the heart disease rates were low, and in general, people were healthy and happy, and even they were living longer. Though the economics and the selfish business motives did a lot of research, and the village uh, living averages again have equaled with other villages. But the point is, why were they really happy and living healthy? Only thing was they had very good social skills. They were living as a community, as a large family. They would share their difficulties with each other. They will encourage each other. And they had the community bonding with each other. They were supportive of each other. That is what was the beautiful thing. They were physically, mentally, they were very healthy and happy. That is what happens even at Toastmasters. Don't you think so? We all live in a community which is like minded. We all live in a supportive environment and we help each other becoming better speakers, become better leaders, and enjoy each other's growth. That is where Toastmasters comes from. On this note, welcome you all to all the members of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters and amazing guests that we have today to this meeting number 367. Welcome you all. Now I request few guests to introduce themselves. May I request Mr. Madan to introduce himself, or Prince Daniel? Can you please unmute and give a brief introduction about yourself? Fine. No. Yeah, Mother. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, all. I'm just joined as a guest for this Toastmasters Club. As Daniel mentioned, I want to improve my communication skill and confidence, and while speaking in front of the crowd. So just want to join this guest session and see how it goes and other things. So based on that, I would like to proceed my further things in my life. Yeah. So that's the reason I joined this club. Happy to meet you all.
Sure. Thank you so much, Madan. Keep joining our meetings as guest and see, definitely feel what happens and whether it suits you. I'm sure you will find something positive for your growth in these meetings. Thank you so much for that. Now, may I request our Sergeant at Arms, who is gracious to help read the last meeting's report in the absence of our club secretary, Toastmaster Keshav. Welcome, Toastmaster Daniel, to present the secretary report.
Yeah, thank you, President Toastmaster Satish Kumar. Once again, good morning to all. So last meetings, minutes of meeting happened on 8th April 2026. That was meeting number 366. Meeting was started by Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Daniel Andrew at 7:05 a.m. Followed by presidential address by presiding officer Toastmaster Satish Kumar. The total members present were 19. So President Toastmaster Satish Kumar, Vice President Public Education Toastmaster Shiv Kumaran, VP Membership Toastmaster Navnida Krishnan, and Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Daniel Andrew, Secretary Toastmaster Keshav, and Treasurer DTM Alex Jacob, and other members Toastmaster Suresh Babu, Toastmaster Bala Murugesan, Toastmaster Shivaji, Toastmaster Vijay, Toastmaster Vignesh, and Toastmaster Gunasilan were present in the meeting. Apart from that, visiting Toastmasters and guests, Toastmaster Usha Anandarajan and Toastmaster Uma Nadraj and Toastmaster Kavya and Toastmaster Ramya have been there in the meeting. And Presiding Officer Toastmaster Sadish Kumar addressed the gathering. Guests were asked to introduce themselves before the commencement of the meeting proceedings. And Officer Satish Kumar invites TMOD, and minutes of meeting was read out by Secretary Toastmaster Keso. By the same was approved, and members with a meeting role were introduced. So Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Keshav. Table topic master was Toastmaster Satish Kumar, and timer Toastmaster Gunasilan. And amazing and refreshing, insightful debate session was conducted by our debate moderator, DTM Sadish Menon. So that was a debate between AI for speakers is a boon or AI for speakers is banned. So Team A, Team B consist of 5 members. So it was an observative and an energetic session. And after that, the table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Sadish Kumar, and the timer report read out. And finally, the TMOD asked SAA to share the poll for selecting the best speaker. And the club awards was presented to best table topic speaker, DTM Sadish Menon, and best debate speaker was Toastmaster Shivaji for Team B. And the best rebuttal team goes to Team B, that is for A for speakers is banned. And the best content team goes to Team B, that is for A for speakers is banned. And the best debate team was given to Team B, again A for speakers is banned. So finally, the feedback about the meeting was taken from guests, and meeting adjourned at 8:30 a.m. by presiding officer Toastmaster Sadish Kumar. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster Sadish Kumar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Daniel Andrew, for reading out the minutes of meeting for the last meeting. If there are any amendments, please reach out to us, and we will make the changes and publish it. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to go to the next leg of the meeting, and we are going to be guided by an enthusiastic Toastmaster, a fitness enthusiast, a MCA graduate, and a functional consultant in supply chain, a very enthusiastic Toastmaster who always wants to take leadership roles, who is a amazing speaker, who's also playing leadership roles at club, at area level, division level, and even district level. Let me welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivakumaran. Welcome to Toastmaster Shivakumaran. The floor is yours.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. And yes, it's my pleasure to do the role of TMOD today. And today, our meeting structure is a regular speech meeting structure, which will be starting with our prepared speeches. Then it will go to table topics, and at last it will have evaluation. This is a pretty simple meeting structure we have for today. And I'm not alone in today's meeting. I have a theme. The theme of today's meeting is the power of unlearning. The reason why I had chosen this power of unlearning is recently the current trend of our life and the current trend of uh, the world is transforming drastically. It is not how it used to be. And day to day, we have to change the way how we learn things and how we unlearn things to be relatable to present situation and be adapting ourselves to how the changes are happening around us in world. I don't want to take so much of example, just a few examples which I felt is closer to me. I want to share with you. The first example is day before yesterday or 3 days back, we saw Virat Kohli played 50 runs out of 37 balls against another team in IPL. I don't remember the team. So what happened is after he scored the 50 runs, everybody are putting status like 50 runs in 37 balls. It's just a joke. I was startling to look at the numbers. Even he was frustrated when he walked out of the crease. He was throwing his helmet and throwing his gloves away in frustration. I don't know whether he was frustrated because he got out or he was frustrated he scored 50 runs in 37 balls. But the catch here is we are the cricket has transformed itself from a gentleman's game to a very fast-paced game. Now, 15 years, 16 years, Suryavanshi is leading the game, hitting 50 runs in 15 balls or 50 runs in 18 balls. That is what everybody are encouraging. Kohli is a legend. He is the greatest ambassador of cricket. But even for him, scoring 50 runs, half century in 37 balls is not encouraged or not respected in a way how it was respected 3 years back. So this transformation is happening. And also, I can see that Kohli is trying his best to match himself to come to the position where he is also capable enough to play like Suryavanshi. There is no point, there is no argument he is capable or not. But the point here is he has to transform himself. He has to go through a metamorphosis to change his play style from playing 50 runs in 37 balls to playing 50 runs under 25 balls with a strike rate of 200. So, this is what the power of unlearning will do to us. It will enable us to be relatable in this current trend, and we have to adapt ourselves with how the world is changing itself. With that note, I would move on to our next section, prepared section. For that, sorry, before that, I want to have our general evaluator introduce the tag team. Over to you, general evaluator. Sorry, I have to read out. Already, general evaluator Satish introduction is read out. Satish, can you please give your general evaluator, start your
Sure.
general
Thank you so
evaluator?
much, Shivkumaran, Toastmaster Shivkumaran. As today, I'm the general evaluator for the meeting. I'm supposed to observe and see and report where I'm called in for on how good we are doing in the meeting, what is not good, and ensure that everything that is happening in the meeting is recorded well and give suggestions in case there are any areas of improvement. I am supported by 3 role players who are called as a tag team. That is timer, R counter, and grammarian. I would like to now invite the timer of the day, Toastmaster Gurushilan, who is an enthusiastic Toastmaster, was joined fairly recently in the club, but very active and very interested in taking roles and making a difference for the club. Let us welcome Toastmaster Gunashilan as to present the timer roles duties.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Satish Kumar. I will be playing the role of the timer. For the prepared speeches, the time boundary is 5 minutes with green color card and yellow card for 6 minutes and red color card for 7 minutes. And for the table topics, it will be green card for 1 minute and yellow card for 1.5 minutes and red card for 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gunshilan, for the timer report. Now we have one more very senior Toastmaster who has joined us from south of Tamil Nadu for this morning, for this early morning meeting, who is going to take care of our counter for us today. Let me invite GTM Jaishilan, whose ATM is always open for us to get motivated. Welcome, DTM Jaishilan.
So thanks, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Satish Kumar. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning to all of you. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and well, but, so, and you know, and sounds including I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, GTM Jaishilan, for joining us. May I request you to take up the grammarian role also today?
Yes, sir. With pleasure, I will take the grammarian role also.
Thank you so much.
So, as a grammarian, I will introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a complete transformation from one form to another form. Say, for instance, so our worm, after getting into the cocoon stage, it transforms into a beautiful butterfly that we often quote as that metamorphosis. So, word usage, the metamorphosis in each one's life will bring about growth. So, let us accept change and move forward. So, with this, I will note down the phrases used by the speakers also and report when I am asked to do so. I request members and guests to use the word of the day, metamorphosis, when they are speaking. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Satish Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, GTM Jaishilan, for taking up the grammarian role also. This is how the metamorphosis happens with us when we take roles quickly and we make the meetings very effective. Thank you so much for that. Now I'm handing over the mic back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivkumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satish Kumar. Satish Kumar, we have a very packed session today. So let me go to our first section of the meeting, which is prepared speeches. The first speaker is Toastmaster Bala Murugesan. To introduce Bala Murugesan, he is a consultant by professional and an organic farming enthusiast at heart. His passion lies in building sustainable client relationship, what makes a real impact. He loves photography, baking, playing guitar, and he loves going to gym. To read his speech objectives, I would like to call upon his evaluator, Lechu Karthik, to the stage, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Shivakumaran sir. So my target speaker, Toastmaster Murugan. He is in his level 1 of Project 1, writing a speech with purpose. His pathway is presentation mastery. And talking about the purpose of the speech, it is, as I said, it is writing a speech with purpose. The purpose is for the member to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. This is the purpose of the speech, and I hope the TMOD is aware of his speech timings and his speech title. My best wishes to Toastmaster Bala. The stage is and I'm giving this back to the TMOD.
Thank you, Lecture Karthik, for reading out the speech objectives. Timer, please note this is a regular speech which with the timing details are 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you for acknowledging, and I would like to request Bala to come to the stage. Bala Murugesan, life as a sales professional, life as a sales professional, Bala Murugesan.
Thank you, TMOD Shivkumara. You're standing in a busy shopping mall. The air smells like a fresh coffee and new possibilities around you. Hundreds of strangers walking every minute here and there. Your palms are slightly damp. Your heart is pounding hard so that even the others can hear it. This was me 10 years ago on my first day as a sales professional. Today, I wanted to take you through a journey that's an experience, not to tell about rejection or a failure, but a few lessons which I've learned. Sales is not an it, it's not something which comes as a naturally gifted. It has to be with a deliberate preparation and an unwavering confidence. Let's try to unpeel what I've done. First, preparing to talk to strangers. It was very embarrassing. What if happens somebody doesn't talk to me? While I'm talking to them, if they walk halfway, what happens? Before I could even think about approaching a stranger, I realized I need a game plan. You see, while talking to somebody and without a preparation, it's like a ship without a compass. You drift off. So I had to spend around 2 hours in the morning preparing. I studied about credit card, portfolio, their percentage benefits, what is that it gets for the customer, and my elevator pitch like, I'm Bala, I work for a credit card company with exclusive offer and rewards. Do you have 10 seconds? So if you notice, it's not I'm asking for time. I'm asking very specific 10 seconds, which means if I have a specific commitment, it feels like it's less threatening to me. I also mentally prepared. I visualized it's okay to have conversation. I'm only planting a seed to the prospect. I'm not selling anything. That's one of the preparation which builds a lot of confidence. The second is about the racing heart. How you need to manage your nervous energy. When I stood near the kiosk, you can freshly smell the coffee smell. And you can also notice something, your body starts betraying you. My heart started racing. I could feel my pulse the near the neck. That's the effect I could bring. My hands, a slight tremble is there. I also felt something different. There is something different, same between nervousness and excitement. You should know how to control it. You need to know the difference. I took 3 long, deep breaths, which is able to normalize my thing. I approached like with a smile. So, smile is actually an option where you can influence the other people. One of my manager also mentioned that your nervous shows you care about doing well. That energy channeled continuously. Your nervous energy is not your enemy. It has to be mastered, and when you master it, it's there on presence. Third, about answering the customer's objective. Before talking to somebody, I need to know what are the questions they will be asking. When a person walked in with 4 bags, I need to stop her and ask, do you have any specific needs? Her question was, what makes your credit card different from others which is there in the market? Everything I prepared, I had to crystallize in a single question. I took a long breath and spoke with conviction. Ma'am, a card isn't about just spending, it's about earning. For every purchase you make, you earn points. And the interesting stuff is, it doesn't expire. And you also have a 1 year of a waiver, which means you don't have to pay anything for the credit card. I did overall with the information. I also gave her 3 specific points. And when I made an eye contact, she was able to ask with a follow up question. And I also didn't jump into a conclusion. I had to ask few qualifying questions, asking like to qualify yourself, we need minimum monthly income of around 50,000 and a stable employment of 2 years. I hope it is there. She said yes. So this was a genuine knowledge I want to implement. So knowledge defeats objection. And the power of a firm handshake. When I extend my hand, with fingers open, not sideways or on the top, which means a confirm handshake, which says that it's very essential for me to have a physical contact and my confidence shows in a handshake. A handshake is a contract of confidence. And the fifth one is about the dress for success, which is the armor for professionalism. That morning, I remember I wore a neatly pressed white shirt with my trousers all ironed, with shoes and my blazers on with my tie. So it is not for me to make sure they are able to see me. They see me as a confident person where my action speaks more than what I'm supposed to confident. So my confidence multiplied the way I dress, send signal to our subconscious and about what we should behave. The customers notice that they make judgments in milliseconds. When someone sees me dressed professionally, they think this person takes themselves seriously. The professional dress is investment in your credibility. So here, when we all take back 10 years ago, the nervous young man in a pressed shirt, the first day that sale, though I made 4 or 5 days in a week, this is how a techno commercial sales professional was done. As you face your own challenges, whether in sales or in life, remember, mastery isn't about a natural ability. It's about a deliberate, intentional effort on fundamentals. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Rakumaran.
Thank you, Bala. It is very enticing to hear your speech, how the metamorphosis has happened from a normal person to an effective salesperson. And I know the difficulty because a student who studied in a science background to change himself to a salesperson and all the transformation is such a difficult task. I enjoyed your speech thoroughly. Congratulations. And moving on to the next speaker, the speaker number two is Bharadiraja Ilangovan to read about his introduction. Bharadiraja Ilangovan is an engineering leader with over 18 years of experience in automobile engineering industry. He currently leads testing team at ZF Series India, a German-based multinational company. He was honored with SAE India's Engineer of the Year award for his impactful contributions and active volunteering in the mobility community. Beyond engineering, Bharat Raja is passionate about music and enjoys exploring the stock market. He joined Toastmasters to refine his public speaking skills and express his ideas with great clarity and confidence. To read his speech objectives, I would like to invite our Toastmaster Vijay Kumar to the stage, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivakumaran. Today, my target speaker is Toastmaster Bharati Raja Ilangovan. He is going to deliver a level 3 project under the pathway presentation mastery. His speech title is From Contacts to Connections. From Contacts to Connections. The purpose of his speech is going to be he has to develop and practice a personal strategy for building a connections through networking. And also, he has to share some aspects of their experience, the people experience through networking. All the very best, Bharati Raja. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shivakumaran.
Thank you, Vijay, for the reading out the speech objectives. Bharadiraja Ilangovan, from contacts to connections. From contacts to connections, Bharadiraja Ilangovan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I just realized there are a lot of connections between my speech and the previous speaker's speech, because you'll get to know that in this. Have you ever attended a meeting that was determined to meet people, but you ended up standing in a corner of the room and pretending to check your phone? That was me, not too long ago. And exactly that was what happened in my first BNI meeting. BNI stands for Business Networking International. It's the meeting that's for the business owners to exchange contacts and referrals. I was there with my friend without knowing what to expect from that meeting. The meeting room was filled with entrepreneurs like builders, consultants, doctors, etc. Whereas I am a corporate employee, and for a moment I thought, do I even belong here? I wasn't confident, I was nervous, and I didn't know how to start a conversation. But that experience gave me a lot of exposure about what networking is. Because before attending this meeting, my understanding of networking is it's about smiling, handshakes, and exchange of cards. But after the meeting, I realized networking is not only that. It's about genuine human connections, making people feel heard, they're interested, and valued. If you see, it didn't make me a great networker the same day, but I started learning about networking more seriously because I realized my contacts, I have a lot of contacts, but I didn't know how to make a good use and make them a good, valuable connections. Let me take you through my experience in that meeting and what all changed in me. I started the meeting nervously, as I already mentioned. I wasn't confident. I didn't make eye contacts or I wasn't smiling. But as a preparation before that meeting, I had gone through some materials to know how to approach networking. I slowly started implementing them. Firstly, I started with eye contacts. One by one, I started making clear eye contacts, started smiling. Things slowly started changing. People smiled back. They started approaching me. It gave me a little confidence to take that meeting further. And I wasn't confident enough to start a conversation. When people talked to me, I responded, but I didn't initiate a conversation on my own in the beginning of the meeting. But slowly, I started with a simple sentence. What brings you here to this meeting? People started opening up, and that slowly started changing things. I thought this is not so hard, but it's all about how we want to take things further. And slowly, people started conversations with me, and I responded. It started with a good meeting. And when my turn came about introductions, I didn't go with a proper pitch, but somehow I managed to say I'm an engineering leader. I work in automotive industry. I have team who's working on advanced control systems, all that. Interestingly, people started looking at me more curiously and started questioning me about my profession. That's when I realized it's not about what you say, but how you say, how authentic you are, and how real your words are. That's when I realized pitching is very important, but what is more important is being genuine and open. One of the conversations I had in that meeting was stayed with me for long. I met one of a communication leader, a communication trainer in that meeting who started interacting with me, and he was a storyteller. So it pulled me into the conversation because I was usually wondering what storytelling is about. And I know the importance as a team leader, how storytelling is important. So I listened to him carefully and made him feel I'm listening to him carefully. And that led him to be more interested towards my conversation. And then we started conversing for a long, and that connection stayed to me even till today we are talking with each other. If you see, after that meeting, I started reflecting on what went well and what didn't. I started slowly implementing from then on different small things. That is to start with eye contacts and asking simple questions, listening carefully. This made a good change because it's not about our confidence, it's about how open we are to learning things. I also followed up after meetings with the people whom I met in the event, because networking event is not about that meeting, but what happens after that. I texted them asking, telling them that it was a great meeting, I enjoyed the conversation, etc., etc. So after that meeting, did I completely change? No, but I started changing. My process of metamorphosis on the networking process started changing. And that's how I realized contacts are just filling your phone memory, but connections is what building your future. So next time when you're in a networking meeting, please do contact and connect with them and build connections. You don't know when things will change. Over to TMOD.
Uh, Congratulations, Bharat Raja, for delivering to your speech. It was fantastic to listen to go through your experience of DNI and your learnings out of it, and how you went through that metamorphosis of changing yourself from one form to another form through your experience. It's really nice. And moving on to our next speech, next speaker, I have speaker number three, Toastmaster Balu. Introduce about Balu, he is a banking professional with total 25 years of experience. He has been a part of Toastmaster for the last 8 years and is also a charter member of two clubs, TXS Kolkata Club and the Pallikarnai Toastmaster Club. He is an avid reader and he is trying to get nurtured into the role of a wordsmith. And to read his speech objectives, I would like to call distinguished Toastmaster Alex Jacob.
Thank you. Am I audible now? This is what happens when you over prepare for a meeting. Thank you. Right. So our speaker number three, Balu, is attempting pathway presentations, project 3, vocal variety, and understanding the vocal variety. The purpose of this project is to practice using vocal variety to enhance speech. The time allotted for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and all the best to our speaker, Balu. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Alex Jacob. Balu, different journeys, varied experience. Different journeys, varied experience. Toastmaster Balu.
Good morning, Toastmasters. What does it come to your mind the moment you hear the word travel? Can any one of you give me a response, please? Happiness?
Excitement.
Exploring.
Sorry? Exploring. So thanks for that wonderful response. Each and every individual, the word travel means something different, something personal, because whenever an individual takes some sort of place to travel, pick a place, the experience is entirely different. For me, what travel means could be different from what travel means to any other person. I could also think traveling back in time with a time machine to go ahead and change the things which I had made mistake in the past, or go into the future to make a better present life. Oh, is this a joke? Or it can be done. Science is moving towards the direction, but my travel or my journey is entirely different what I'm going to share here. Good morning, Toastmasters, guests, and distinguished Toastmasters. During my school days, when I took my first excursion to Kanyakumari, that experience was entirely different for me. First time going out of my hometown along with my friends was completely different. You had all your time giggling, laughing all through the journey from my hometown to Kanyakumari. The first sight of the sea, or I should say, two seas and an ocean, it was entirely different experience for me. I was so enthralled to see first time the waves, the frost in the waves, and how it comes, touches, and goes back. Putting your feet down and getting it wet and running back to the shores. So that experience, along with my friend, was entirely different. And it also gave bonding among all of my schoolmates to whom I had met from the classes above me and the classes below me. As the days passed on, when I was in college, as usual, we all sit in the hostel and prepare where we wanted to go. After months and months of planning, we decided from Chennai to go to Mahabalipuram, which was the closest site where we can visit. So again, the enjoyment was equally when I had taken the first trip to Kanyakumari. But this journey was a little bit different because the moment we reached Mahabalipuram, the sculptures invited us. If I could stand back and think how these individuals, this architecture, how they had built these beautiful monolithic structures was really amazing. And it was breathtaking how these sculptures would have carved out such a wonderful idols with one single rock. And another breathtaking sight was the Mahabalipuram temple. Again, it is a monolithic structure. I was wondering where would these guys would have gone, which architectural college would they have gone to get such an amount of knowledge and beautifully create such structures. And there was also a pun where three monkeys were sitting together, one behind the other, as that could be the normal sight in any village in the evening. So it was so wonderful and a different experience for me. As days passed on and I had joined an organization in Chennai, we planned to go to Kodaikanal. This trip again was entirely different. The serene beauty, the complete nature, the calmness, the chillness, it gave a different experience. As we had aged, or rather I had aged, I was thinking about how to keep calm myself. So the three different journeys which I had passed through gave me different type of experience. The metamorphosis in the way I think and I reacted in all these journeys was completely different. And let me say, if I am going to write a journal on travel someday, there is going to be different thought process on these three different journeys. I hope each and everyone would appreciate that the travel and journey could be a little bit different because the journey is the one where you enjoy the most, you enjoy each and every moment, and it is not only about enjoying and what you take back as a learning, what you take back as an experience. If you sit back someday, think about those halcyon days, probably there will always be a smile in your face. And for me too, when I am thinking about all those different journeys which I have taken in life, I take two things: how I enjoyed it and what was the experience I had and what was the learning which I had. So, any opportunity you get to travel, my simple suggestion to each and every one of you is enjoy it. Enjoy it to the core. And probably someday when you think about it, and you wanted to journal that complete trip, it would be a different experience. What do you say, Toastmaster of the Day, Shivakumaran?
What would I say, Balu? It was a fantastic speech, and all of us have to unlearn something from your speech, which is you said we want a journal. Now we are living in a generation where we make reels. We don't do journal. But it was very heartening to hear your speech to with all your memories you have created and the euphoria you had gone through and explaining and sharing it with all of us. Thank you, uh, Toastmaster Balu, for your speech. Congratulations. And moving on to our fourth speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Priyank Anand. To introduce Priyank, she is a distinguished Toastmaster. When it comes to Priyank, it is all two. So she is two-time distinguished Toastmaster, nature lover, former software engineer, and a project manager. Currently running her own finance coaching business. Past marathoner, disciplined share market trader, first division I director of District 120. And again, she hold two BTech in textile and IT with MBA in financial services management from Anna University. And the list goes on, and we don't have time to read out all the introductions. And I would like to call speech evaluator Toastmaster Kavya to read out the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I was wondering, are you going to let me talk right now or not? Okay. The speaker today is attempting her level 1 project 2, which is writing a speech with purpose in the pathway leadership development. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. Timer, please note the timing will be for 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you and all the best to you, distinguished Toastmaster Priyank. Back to you, dear buddy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavya. Distinguished Toastmaster Priyank. Me. Me. Distinguished Toastmaster Priyank.
Good morning, Toastmasters. Whenever you talk to your friends, has there been a situation that you have to say the last word, or that your friend wanted to always say the last word? Sometimes, when you are driving your bike and you have to stop at a signal, have you noticed some people just want to go a little ahead of you and stand in that same signal? Have you noticed that? And had there been situations where we want to race the car and we don't want to allow anybody to overtake on the left and not overtake on the right? These are some stories which would have happened in every one of our lives. Once, when I was in the US and supporting a sports event for the kids, one kid just came right in front of me and put the ribbon down and was stomping with the feet. I became very curious and I asked, "What's going on here, kid?" And the kid said, "I am participating in a lot of competitions today, and every time I'm getting the second place." And it was putting the second place ribbon down and stomping it again multiple times. Today, we are going to come to share about a very important subject, not biology, not ecology, not physiology, but this subject, which is egology. Come with me into the world of egology. By the end of the speech, you will know a little bit about what this egology is all about. Number 1, ego is like a balloon. When you prize some people, immediately they become like a big balloon. Whoosh! They're all happy. And the next moment, if you give a small criticism or a feedback, it's like a pin. Stop. Gone. There is no what to say, there is no sustained self reliance. The ego is depending on somebody else to validate, somebody else to appreciate. When somebody appreciates, it goes up. And then somebody says something is not okay, you need to correct something, then push, it goes down as if like there is no value at all. The second thing is ego is contagious, like we already talked about. When somebody stands at the signal before the zebra crossing, we want to go a little bit more than that. And then the next person want to go a little more. And say, for example, you are in the parking lot. Somebody has parked an expensive car next to the lot. And if you're parking in that space available, then sometimes your ego also can get triggered. So ego is contagious. It is also a form of comparison. When we compare, like, that person has completed something in 3 years, but I am taking 11 years, 12 years. Everybody's journey is different. Not everyone's journey is the same. And there is no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine in their own time. The third point about ego is blind. It blinds us from peace, love, and understanding. Say, for example, I'm the president of the club. I'm the VP of the club. I'm a past division director. I'm this, I'm that. And when this ego happens, this ego clash happens, we forget the actual motto that we have to work as a team. We are here to serve. We are here to learn. I will today share 3 special egos with you all. The first thing that I noticed is the mic ego. When somebody gets the mic, they don't want to let go of the mic. They want to keep talking on and on and on. You might have also noticed these things happen. Once there was a general evaluator. We were in an outdoor meeting. It was in a park. We were running a little bit late on schedule. So she said, we are not going to have the timer, R counter, grammarian reports because we are running short of time. But she didn't cancel the general evaluator report. She took the general evaluator report time. She took the timer time, R counter time, grammarian time, and she was going on and on taking more time. This can be classified into a mic ego. Today, let us take a pledge that we will respect the timer card and we will not go beyond that, beyond the time limits and have this kind of a mic ego. The second type of ego is something which we already talked about, the title ego. Even for small, normal, mediocre roles, nowadays the titles are like super big. The Supreme Commander of Stapler Pen, the Supreme Commander of the Remote Control, Vice President of charging the phone, something like that. The actual work that we do is the normal work that we actually do. But the title is like Vice President, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Like 2 DTMs, 2 BTech, all that. So let us not attach ourselves too much to the titles, I would say. I once had a co-worker when I was working in one of the bank. He was recruited in the title of architect. So every day in every meeting, he will use the word that I am an architect, I am an architect. And one day, the manager, the senior manager was also telling, you are an architect, you are an architect. And that night he called me and asked, did the senior manager say I'm an architect? I'm an architect. I was like, boss, while eating and sleeping also, are you an architect? You are just a person. Let go of that title. But I couldn't tell him anything. I just said, yes, you are an architect. Yes, you are an architect. So let's not attach ourselves too much to the titles and the degrees. That is another type of ego. And the next type of ego is that all happens in this social media, like so many followers, so many likes, so many subscribers. And in this digital age, it happens. It's like having a lot of people as a fans. It's okay to have a lot of fans. We are all fan of somebody, right? Some leader or some movie actor. It's okay. But don't let it fool you. Like if we have so many followers, somebody will come and stand for you. Somebody will really be there when things go difficult. So let it not go to our head. With that, I think I shared a couple of things with respect to egology 101. And it is also like we are not our title. We are much, much more than our title, and we are not our egos. And whenever we think, whenever we or somebody is getting into that zone, let's always recognize and let's not feed the ego, and let's always be humble. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivakumar.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Priyank, for showing a mirror to all of us. That is what few topics are always difficult to speak and difficult to express ourselves, and you have done phenomenally well on what are the types of ego and how we perceive ourselves every day, and how others want us to perceive ourselves. So these are difficult topics to speak on, and you have done really well. And before our next section of the meeting is our table topic session, but before moving that, I would slightly touch upon the our theme of the day today, which is the power of unlearning. Recently, I had an experience which I want to share with all of you. That is, I participated in area level table topic contest. So, my mode of practicing for table topic contest is I take a topic 10 or 15 topic and I would practice before mirror, or I would record it, and I would uh, uh, I would practice my speeches, table topic speeches for 2.5 minutes. So this is my mode, and I given my table topic. It did not went well. I know that it went on a narrative mode. It did not go in a very interesting way. It had story, but the story also went on a narrative way. Then I put my content to AIs like ChatGPT and Claude. I get to know that I have to practice in a different way. So I should not practice 10 speeches. I have to practice one speech 5 different times, 5 different modes. And I can get feedback from Claude and ChatGPT in a way. I can record my session, I can transcript and put it there. It gave me refinements. So this is a biggest breakthrough for me because previously I was practicing, but I was doing it in a wrong way. Now I am practicing it in a hard way, but this way I can grow a lot in Toastmasters learning. So this unlearning what I recently got, and I started myself practicing in a different way. This metamorphosis which happened inside me has helped me a lot and guiding me throughout. Is going to guide me throughout my Toastmaster journey, which I want to share with all of you. And moving on to our next session of the meeting, table topics. I would like to introduce the table topic master. He will explain the details of table topics. And yeah, the table topic. Okay, I think Suresh, you have given your introduction. Yeah, here it is. Suresh Babu. Suresh Babu is a mechanical engineer with 20 years of experience in pharma, FMCG, and food and beverages. He joined Toastmasters to transform himself to be a better communicator. Over to you, Suresh Babu, Toastmaster Suresh Babu.
Thanks, Shivkumaran. Good morning, Toastmasters and my dear guest. Today I am the table topic master for the day. The way it works is I will be giving you a topic and I will be picking or choosing a member or a guest to talk about this topic for a minute or two. Attempting frequently table topic speeches will metamorphose you as a better impromptu speaker and also helps you to handle off the cuff situations. So now let me start with the table topics. Timer, please note the times will be 1 minute green card, 1.5 minutes yellow card, and 2 minutes red card. So before going to first topic, let me choose a speaker. Toastmaster Ganesh. One ineffective habit you want to unlearn. One ineffective habit you want to unlearn.
Okay.
Toastmaster.
Yeah, thanks. So when it comes to unlearning the habit, so what I would say is like going some extra effort, putting some extra effort. That like, so I'm a kind of person like even when I get into a bus and I didn't get a seat, let's say, I'll be standing. But even though like if and during the next stop or like after some time if I see some seats available, although like I won't sit there, I'll be keep standing. Okay, so like being it in a comfortable position or like even that is not a comfortable position, still I'll be in the same position like rather than changing myself. So that is one of the habit which I would like to unlearn, and that is one thing. And it comes into in different picture, like even in my work life also as well, like putting some extra effort or thinking that if when we complete some kind of activity and if we still need to do some kind of uh, verification or even with reviewing the things, like at that time like I used to get some kind of I would say like I won't get some interest. So rather than like that we'll be doing some kind of activity, like if we get into some state, from that state like I'll be kind of in a saturation position. So like it is very difficult for me to going some extra mile. So I would say that. Thanks.
That's a good try, Ganesh. Next speaker, can I take one guest? Any guest volunteers? Madan, can you take this?
No, sorry, I didn't prepare for it. So.
Kavya?
Yes, sure, Rashmika. Would like to
Yeah,
moderate.
yeah. Unlearning is difficult for you than learning. Unlearning is difficult for you than learning, Kavya.
Okay. So, good morning, all of you. So, usually, what we think about unlearning is we need to learn a new habits. So, that's what comes into mind, right? But unlearning is something that we need to go through all the pain while leaving all the old skin that we have, habits, routines, and the beliefs that we have from our childhood. Let's take an example that we would have some belief from our childhood. In order to get some achievement, we have to follow some routines. That's what we would have been fed from our childhood. But nowadays, it's not that we have to follow the same routines. There are a lot of ways to achieve a goal. So, to reach a success, it is not that we have to learn a thing. We have to go through a pain in isolation. And that is when unlearning will really happen. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kavya. So, next topic, Rishi. If you empty your cup, what will you fill it with? If you empty your cup, what will you fill it with?
Can you
Rishi.
repeat it again?
If you empty your cup, what will you fill it with?
Okay. Can I have another table topic because it's kind of difficult for me to understand.
Yeah. Any volunteers who want to take this topic? Yes, Gunasilan.
Hi, thank you for giving me this topic. So, uh, if I empty my cup, what I will fill it? This is my topic. So, I want to start this with a recent story which I went through. In 2 3 days ago in the office, there was a meeting with my head regarding a design of a bridge for a pile capacity calculation. So as per the tender, it was 7 piles. So it was reduced to 6 piles, and I was uh, suggesting the same for my HOD. We can go with 6 piles. So later, it was all based on the software calculations and my thumb rules and everything. When we went there, and he made a simple hand calculations with the hands and said, it is not necessary to go for 6 piles and all. We can go with 4 piles. It will be fulfilling. The quantity will be saved a lot. So I was learning only with softwares. So he made one simple hand calculations with a calculator and said, this for this bridge, it's been okay with 4 piles. So I want to unlearn to rely only on softwares and to be filled with also the hand calculations. It can be accurate. So if I leave that with the many protocols and procedures, without many protocols and procedures, this can be achieved easily. That's all.
Thanks. Good, Ganesh. Gunasilan. So my next topic, any guest want to try? Okay, let me choose the volunteers. Sorry, I'm not getting the name. Milton Jaipur.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am also a
Yeah,
Toastmaster.
okay, Toastmaster Milton Jaipur. One thing you unlearned in Toastmaster. One thing you unlearned in Toastmaster, Milton Jaipur.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for the table topic, Master. One thing I want to learn in Toastmasters, correct? Yeah, am I right?
One thing you unlearned in Toastmaster.
Yes, yes, yes. I was in I am in Toastmasters for a long time, more than 25 years, and I was associated with our close friends, some champions, world level, world champions like Aditya. And when I was various clubs in Chennai, now I am in Jaipur. Various clubs, I used to talk with him to our mentor, who is also a champion. And one thing I was, whenever the contests are going, or whenever important speeches are being made, and all our Toastmasters have got used to talk with ideas connected with their personal experience. They will talk about their life. I was asking him, my mentor, Aditya, why is this? Everyone is talking. That is a previous speaker also talked about, prepared speaker talked about ego. It seems some people were raising their ego also in this way. I was telling them. He was telling it is a disease in Toastmaster. It is a right thing. It is on the one way. It is a right thing that I should speak about my personal experience as a example, as a metaphor. But it should not occupy my full speech. It should not occupy the full portion of the speech, and it should not reveal to the other people what ego I have got and how I want to reflect myself, how I am marketing myself. And that is not the style which I should do. This is one thing which I want to come out from the Toastmasters. One thing. Another thing is I'm not I'm not facing these challenges in the Toastmasters. There's often when some people is speaking better to speaker, I should not that I should go down. I should speak better than other person. I should have that enthu or inspiration, and I am lacking in that. That also I don't want to leave. Thank you so much, most dear TT Master.
Yeah. Thank you, Milton, for this. The next topic, yeah, Rishi, you want to give it a try?
1 second, 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you have to unlearn to make your wife happy?
Can you repeat the question?
What do you want? What do you have to unlearn to make your wife happy?
Can you put the question in chat, but in the chat, that will be better.
Yeah, I think. No, any other volunteers want to try?
I can try,
Their
sir.
lines are-
Klachu Karthik has raised his hand, please.
Yeah, let's Karthik, go ahead.
Wife. What does that mean? Our Shastra says that anyone or anything which occupies the better half of your life is your wife. I am still unmarried. Typically, I don't have a wife to this world. But based on these scriptures or the stories which I was narrated, I do have my work, my passion, and several other wives. I am a fancy person, so it may sound like that. And to make my wife happy, what should I do? It is not a very fishy or a doubtful approach. Any wife will be happy if we do one thing, if we are submissive, if we laugh with them, if we share the emotion with them. So these are simple strategies which we often forget. We should not fight with our wives. For example, if they joke something, a very silly joke, just laugh with them. Just go with their vibe. And that makes them very happy. This simple strategy is often forgotten because of several obstacles like ego, self-obsession, several other priorities. But why should one do like that? A wife is someone who has been introduced in our life to enhance our survival skills. When someone is intended to enhance our own improvement, offending them is like offending ourselves. So just smile with them and go with the flow. Your life will be happy and your wife will be happy. Wife has both alliterations too. So go with the flow. Thanks for the topic, Mr. Suresh. Giving this back to you.
Nicely put. I have one last topic. Anyone volunteer? Yeah, Uma madam. To you, what brings transformation? Learning or unlearning?
Metamorphosis is needed in life. From a caterpillar to a butterfly, you need transformation. So, does learning bring that metamorphosis or unlearning is the question. Learning is a continuous process. From birth till death, we keep on learning. And Toastmasters is a great platform for learning. It is a great platform for unlearning too. I have realized that. Many times I thought I'm a great speaker since I'm a teacher and speaking comes naturally to me. But here I learned that you should not speak very fast. You should learn to listen. You should not, you should take pauses in between and you should give chance for the audience to sync with whatever you say. Don't speak in a hurry like a teacher does. And don't be in a teaching mode or preaching mode. Allow the audience to get the message. You don't give the message. So many things I learned. So, learning and learning both are necessary. And that brings you the metamorphosis in life. Though learning is a continuous process, unlearning is also necessary. Once you have an open mind, I think you can grasp both. Be like a child, be innocent, and try to grab whatever you can. That is my opinion. What do you think, Table Topic Master? Over to you.
Well said, Natarajan. I conclude this table topic session with this. Over to Toastmaster of the day, Shivakumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh, for running the table topic session effectively. And your topics are all about unlearning, which is in line with the theme of today's meeting. Beautifully done. And before moving on to general evaluator session, I quickly touch upon what is unlearning and my experience on that. I want to take the topic of artificial intelligence today. So the whole entire software industry is transforming itself from pre-programmed coding to pattern thinking. This is a huge transformation which nobody has ever foreseen. We all know that AI is going to happen, but we don't know it will happen in a magnanimous way how it is happening now. My company CEO Julie Sweet has mentioned that it is a transformation like how we have transformed from using candles to electricity. So it is such a phenomenal transformation we are going to go through. Now, if I want to be relevant, I have to adapt the unlearning. I have to unlearn my pre-programming coding techniques, and I have to learn the new technique of pattern thinking and pattern learning and reinforce learning what the artificial intelligence is doing. If I don't unlearn, I won't be relevant, and I will not have job in another 2 3 years. This metamorphosis is most important to happen inside us, among us, and around us, and then only we will be there in this industry for another 20 years. And like they say, the earliest bird get the worm. The most fast we are transforming ourselves from pre-programmed the coding to pattern thinking. The opportunities also will be flowing towards us faster. And with that, I conclude the whole theme of today's meeting, the power of unlearning. And I would like to call upon the general evaluator to run the session and control back to you, Toastmaster Satish.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivkumaran, for conducting the meeting. So far, I'd like to now invite the speech evaluators to give speech evaluations for the amazing speakers who have spoken out today. I'd like to now invite Toastmaster Lachu Karthik to present valuation for the speech of Toastmaster Bala. Over to you, Toastmaster Lachu Karthik.
May I have my target speaker to be in spotlighted and also the timer?
Shiva, can you do that multiple pinning?
I don't have control. Let Karthik, if you look at the members, Bala and the timer is in the front.
Oh, okay. I thought the Zoom master can do that
Yeah.
because he has to. Okay, I'll
True,
try.
true.
I am unable to do so. That's fine, sir. I'll work on it. I can see Toastmaster Bala, but I cannot see the timer. Okay, now I can see all. I have removed my spotlight. Timer, please denote me that. Signal me once I can start so that I can occupy all of my time. My target speaker, Toastmaster Bala. So his speech was about giving a speech with purpose. I shall be using the mirror framework. M for moment, I for intention, R for reflection, R for refinement, O for outcome, and again R for reinforce. The first M, moment. His speech began with a visual description of how his sales professional thing was. It was visual details were given, and the olfactory details were also given. This coffee smell, several things that gave his specialty of being a speaker. And about his intention was to share his experience about his sales professional job and what all he learned. So that intention was also served well. The third is art, reflection. In this reflection area and the refinement area, I would like to share two suggestions. That is 2 P's. I thought to do it like that. The first P being the pause, and second P being the pronunciation. You have mastery in English language, and that is without doubt. But still, I felt at certain areas, your words were incomplete. So I found it hard to grab your words. For example, the conclusion you concluded with some phrase like mastery is not about natural ability, it is about intentional. You said, but I found it hard to grab the whole content. So it will be, you have to stress your words completely so that all the listener gets whatever you say. So the ultimate goal of any public speaker is to convey the essence of his message to the listener. And that could be achieved if we are stressing our words, if we are pronouncing that in a finer way. They say that's exercise, like holding a pen or pencil in your mouth and talking out your speech will enhance your pronunciation. This is a suggestion, a humble suggestion from my side. And about the pauses, at several areas, if you would have introduced the pauses, your speech would have been a very outstanding one. It is an outstanding speech, and that very would have been added to that. So you give a very good speech. And then about the outcome and reinforcement. Your speech had a great outcome. The content was well structured. For example, you structured your experience in 5 different layers. Preparing talk to strangers, raising that everything that you explained was so relevant. Anyone who's in a new job will undergo all these stages. So you are relevant to the audience. You aced in that. You connected with us. You are one among us. You gave us that feeling. And reinforcing, I would like to summarize everything. You gave a wonderful start with a moment. You had a good intention. About the reflection and refinement, just go with the 2 P's, pause and the pronunciation. And the outcome, which I said, you aced it, reinforcing. I just summarized everything. All the very best to be a great speaker. Looking forward. Bye. Back to the gender evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lachu Karthik, for that evaluation of Toastmaster Balad's speech. Now I'd like to invite Toastmaster Vijay to present his evaluation for Toastmaster Bharti Raja.
Thank you, President Satish Kumar. So my target speaker, Bharati Raja. So it was a pleasure to hear his personal story from contacts to connection. It was so relatable. The moment when he was described like he was standing at the corner of the meeting and pretending like busy over the phone. So everyone would have been in that same situation earlier. So it was connecting the audience and meeting his one of his objectives. And the second thing I want to highlight here is like the personal story element. The entire conversation or the story is evolving around that BNI meeting and what was his expectation, what was missing, and what was key takeaways he grabbed from that particular meeting. And it's clearly telling what is a growth story, and what the audience can take away from this particular story. That the point I like. And another thing that I observed is progression of his story. Like there are some hesitation at the beginning of his story, like what was missing, what areas he has to improve, like the small actions like eye contacts or smiling. So those are the areas that he has improved. And how he is progressing well from the story or the incident that happened. So that part I like very much. And one powerful takeaway was there in that particular story. Like it is not about what you say, but how authentic you are. That was so powerful line and a memorable one for every one of us. Let me just touch base what areas that he can improve. So there are few areas that he has to improve. The first one is like some key points he has to take and he has to deliver it. Like this is the first key takeaway from the meeting and second key takeaway from the meeting. So in that way, if he has delivered that meeting, so it will be very easy for the audience to attend. I mean to take something from that. Even though it is uh, a grab attention story, but these points will keep the audience memorable. And few sentences were too long, so that is stopping his delivery area. Like if he started with small sentences and that if there is a transition that is going smooth, so that would have been well and good. And third one is like vocal variety. He was deliver his content very good, but the wherever some stress is required, wherever some emotion is required, so that was clearly missing. So in the next meeting, I hope he would have been improving it. And conclusion. So conclusion is the area. So every audience will take something from it. So they will keep on remembering, right? So that would have been delivered in a more powerful area, more powerful way and energetic way. So that was missing. And if you have stand and deliver that meeting with the proper body language and eye contact, so that would have been more good. Overall, so I would say this meeting, I mean, the delivery was so powerful. The story was so creative, and thanks for sharing your personal story. But a few improvement areas like too long sentences and some I mean, delivering with some key points. So that would have been make this delivery so memorable. All the very best, Bharati Raja. Thank you very much. Over to you, President Satish Kumar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vijay, for evaluating Toastmaster Bharati Raja's speech. Timer, we are not able to see the timer cards for the evaluations. Can you please ensure that the timer cards are shown? Now, I would like to invite GTMLX to present the evaluation for the speaker, Toastmaster Balu Ashirwadam.
Am I audible?
Yes, Toastmaster, DTMLX.
Right. A perfect summer vacation is how I describe your speech, Balu. You took us to the sea, then to a monolithic structure, and to a mountain. So what did I like in your speech? Number one, I would say the monolithic structure itself. A seasoned Toastmaster will understand how a speech to be crafted. You involve the audience from the beginning, then you craft your speech in a way that it engages the audience and you conclude powerfully. And you did it exactly the same. And that was a remarkable job, Balu. What did I really like in your speech? Three things: the way you told the story, narrated very carefully, and crafted perfectly, and delivered like an exciting summer vacation for kids. And two specific things I really liked was you spent enough time with all the three incidents when we narrated, be it the oceans, be it the monolithic structure, and the Kodaikanal trip. That was also brilliantly done. Now, coming to the areas which I thought this speech could have been slightly different. Number one, the project objectives was clearly about vocal varieties. Now, this is one challenge in Toastmasters. How do we apply vocal varieties? So number one recommendation for the vocal variety is you need not apply vocal variety to the entire speech, but in each area you can bring out one character which stands out. For example, when you were at the beach, you saw a kid screaming, "Appa, please can you come here?" That's enough. And when you saw the monolithic structure, I asked myself, oh, look at that structure. I have not seen such a beauty in my life.
a vocal variety, one line, two lines. And as you reached the Kodaikanal, the beauty, how it encaptured your mind, I think that can be enhanced in a way that can be told. I think this is one area which each Toastmaster can work on, seeing that how you can find some exciting moments and a vocal variety can be added rather than a vocal variety in the entire speech. That can be even one word or a one line, but that can be an impact. So Toastmaster is also asking us to how a vocal variety can enhance the speech. Now, the second most important suggestion from the speech point of view, I would say, is how do you tell a story which is visual to a connecting story? I think that's the place where you need to pause, reflect, and give an option to the audience to feel the speech. Overall, I would say that an exciting visual storytelling, a little bit character enhancing through vocal varieties would have captured the audience attention a lot more. And giving a little pause and a pace and a space for the audience to assimilate it would have made this speech a monolithic speech, a trademark speech of you. Overall, all the best to our speaker, Balu, and looking forward to hearing your future speeches at our club. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Alex, for presenting the evaluation for Toastmaster Balu Ashirvadam. Now I'd like to invite Toastmaster Kavya to present the evaluation for Speaker for Toastmaster DTM Priyank. Please refrain from giving DTM Priyank's introduction in the paucity of time.
That was my sound of ego being deflated after listening to your speech. Distinguished Toastmaster Priyank. Oops, sorry, Priyank. Okay. There are three things which I have loved about your speech today. As commendation, I would give it to you. Number one, it is clearly visible that you are trying to persuade the audience through different forms of the ego, and you have given a very clear message that choosing ego or humility is not going to be fit. Number two, you have used clear metaphors, just like the balloon and the ego and then the pin, along with the criticism. And then you have used the rule of three, which is like what is ego is like. It is contagious, it is blind, and then what are the types of ego, which I feel that you have very well versed and done brilliantly on that part. Now, if I have to give some recommendation, especially for speeches in the persuasion, number one, the me connection was totally missing, is what I personally feel. Because you have involved characters like the kid at your school, the general evaluator at your Toastmasters meeting, and then the architect at your workplace. But where is the me connection here? Because your speech says, I, me. Either it could be I, me, mine. And is there an instance in your life where you felt it was you were so egoistic and it got created a very big problem and you have learned something out of it? That is vulnerability. If you could share some of those instances, that creates a bond with you and the audience. That becomes more powerful of your speech. And number two, for the persuasion speech, which is important, is the why factor. We can't let go of that. Why we have to stay back or allow criticism to us? Because especially, for example, you could use sentences like, especially for people who are leaders or trying to be leaders, the title ego can break the connection between you and your fellow co-workers. That kind of why factor will give the audience even more idea of what you're trying to prove here. And number three, I was little distracted at the beginning when you were looking at the screen on the right side at once and then delivering the speech. So henceforth moving forward, I request you to just have an idea of just standing and delivering, which is very connective to the audience, and to challenge yourself. I want you to have more clear transitions. For example, you started off with few questions, and then you started asking about. You said about the kid which you have, which stomped the ribbon. But sentences like that kid's reaction made me feel we are all egoistic here. Would have done a better way in your transition, but overall, wonderful speech. Keep going forward with few of these recommendations. Thank you, and back to Toastmaster, the general evaluator, Toastmaster Satish.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kavya, for the wonderful evaluation. Now we will move on to the presentation of the reports for the tag team. May I invite timer Gunashilan Toastmaster Gunashilan to present the timer report quickly.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. For the prepared speeches, Mr. Balamurugesan has taken 6 minutes 3 seconds, and second presentation, Mr. Varadiraja Ilangovan, 7 minutes 14 seconds, and Mr. Balu has taken 6 minutes 32 seconds, and Ms. Priyank has taken 7 minutes 31 seconds. On table topics, Toastmaster Ganesh has taken 1 minute 42 seconds, and guest Kavya has taken 1 minute 43 seconds, and myself Gunasilan 1 minute 35 seconds, and Toastmaster Milton Jaipur has taken 2 minutes 36 seconds, and Toastmaster Lechu Kardi has taken 1 minute 56 seconds, and last Toastmaster Ms. Uma Natarajan has taken 1 minute 25 seconds. That's all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gunashilan, for presenting the report, the timer report. May I now invite Toastmaster Jaishilan DTM Jaishilan to present the report for R counter followed by grammarian's report.
Yeah. Thanks, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Satish Kumar. So I'm first present the R counter report. Toastmaster Satish Kumar, General Evaluator and President. So 1 time. And Toastmaster Sivakumaran, Toastmaster of the day, no filler words. And Toastmaster Bala, 2 times, 3 times, so once, like once, but once. And Toastmaster Bharati Raja, so 1 time, but 4 times, because 2 times, slowly 3 times, repeat words. And Toastmaster Balu, so 3 times, but 1 time, different 12 times. DTM Priyank, 3 times, but 1 time. Toastmaster Suresh Balu, so 1 time. Toastmaster Ganesh, 2 times, 3 times, so 2 times, like 5 times, but 1 time, some 3 times, repeat words. Toastmaster Kavya, so 3 times, like 1 time, but 1 time. Toastmaster Gunasilan, 2 times, 2 times, so 6 times. Toastmaster Milton, 1 time, 2 times. And Toastmaster Lechu Karthik, so 2 times. Toastmaster Uma Nataraj, so 1 time. Toastmaster Vijay, 2 times, so 8 times, like 5 times, but 1 time. And Toastmaster Alex Jacob, like 2 times. So that's all my report for our counter report.
Thank you so much, DTM Jaishilan, for the detailed R counter report. We had to learn listening skill from you. Thank you so much for that. Now I'm presenting the general evaluators report for the meeting number 367.
So excuse me, grammarian report. Grammarian report. Shall I?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. So I now submit the grammarian report. The word of the day is used by Toastmaster Day Sivakumaran 4 times and Toastmaster Uman Raj 2 times. And Toastmaster Bharati Raja, Toastmaster Balu, Toastmaster Suresh Balu used once. And I also noticed some phrases used by our members, which I noticed. Toastmaster Bharati Raja used, it's not what you say, it's how you say, how authentic you are. It's not about confidence, it's how you are open to learning. Connect and build your future. These are the things I found very interesting. And Toastmaster Balu quoted, what was in a travel, how I enjoyed, what was the experience, and what was learning out of, what the learning out of it. And Toastmaster Priyank, let us not feed the ego, let us be humble. And Toastmaster Lechu Karthik, go with the flow. And that's all. Back to General Evaluator Toastmaster Satish Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DTM Jaishilan, for that grammarian report as well. And I'm going ahead and presenting my General Evaluators report. It's a powerful packed meeting. Thank God we are meeting online. If it was an in-person meeting, we would have been looking for more chairs. We had at the peak 25 members attending today's meeting online, which is great. It had a great vibe and a lot of powerful speeches. And the beauty of today's meeting is we had members from various clubs across Tamil Nadu joining us today, along with some guests. I started the meeting 2 minutes late at 7:07, and we had a packed meeting because of 4 prepared speeches and table topics. We managed to overall time well, but yes, we are still delayed because of the packed meeting. We should have all the introductions of the role players well ahead with us. I couldn't introduce our timer very clearly because I didn't have his introduction, and it's not updated into the sheet. So request everyone in the club to update their introductions. Of course, it is my duty also to reach out to the role players in case their introductions are not available. Just my bad, but yes, we should ensure that we do the introductions properly. And the other point to be noted is 4 speeches in a single meeting is too tight for us to manage in terms of time. Very difficult. So we should curtail the speeches maximum to 3. Other than that, this was a powerful meeting. Thank you so much for that. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shivkumar.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Satish Kumar, for evaluating our meeting today. And I would like to request Sergeant at Arms to publish the polls. And yes, the polls are out. I request all the members and guests to kindly vote in the poll and choose the best role players, main role player, auxiliary role players, speakers, evaluators, and our table topic speakers. This would encourage them to perform more and more in their Toastmaster journey and in the speaking journey. And, just before handing over the control back to the presiding officer, I want to end with a quote that is related to our path of unlearning, which is, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That means when the whole world is changing and you are an expert on certain things, and you are still sticking to the idea which belongs to you, but the world has moved on from the idea to transformed itself from some form to another form. You are a hero, so you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become villain by not adapting to the new things, by not changing yourself and not unlearning yourself and go through the metamorphosis process. And with that, I can hand over the control back to the presiding officer to get guest feedback and the public the results. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shivkumaran, for conducting the meeting so well and seamlessly. Now I'd like to request our Sergeant at Arms to present the results. They're out. While we are waiting for that, I request some of the guests to give their feedback for the meeting. May I request some guests who are ready to unmute themselves and.
Yeah. So this is my first session towards the Toastmaster Club, and it was very effective session. I learned a lot of things and how to talk, how to not use the fillers, especially that the counters and the counters was pretty new to me. I understand how not to talk and how to make sure that we are not supposed to use the fillers during the talk and all. Like I learned it, and it was a wonderful session for me. And I'm planning to join more sessions in the coming weeks. So yeah, it was good for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madan, for that feedback. Yes, please keep joining us. And if you are part of our guest groups, you will keep receiving our updates. If not, you can reach out to our Vice President membership, Mr. Navneet Krishna, or anyone in the club. We'll support you. Thank you so much for that. Toastmaster Daniel is the.
Yeah, results are ready now. Can I announce now?
Please go ahead.
The today's best main role player award goes to our TMOD Toastmaster Shivakumaran. And today best tag role player award goes to our accounter DTM Jayseelan. And our today's best prepared speaker award goes to DTM Priyank. And the best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Kavya. And today's best table topic speaker award goes to Toastmaster Uma Natraj. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you. Over to you, Presiding Officer.
Thank you so much. Without much ado, already we have exceeded time today. Thank you so much for joining our meetings, and keep joining us every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. sharp. Have a great week ahead, and wish you all good luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.